For this year, I'm using the Minimalism Art pink B5 dotted notebook. I switched from the Scribbles That Matter B5 Pro notebook just because I couldn't find it on Amazon this year, but I do think it is back up. So far, I really do like the Minimalism Art book. The paper is about the same as the Scribbles That Matter. The second layout of the book after the introduction page is the future log. I really like using the future log because it makes it easy to see all the days at once all together so that you can write out your planning for the year. And then I like to take those notes and dates and transfer them over to the calendar pages on each monthly spread. I went with a just minimalist cursive font for the top just to go over the months and connect them, and then I just kept the rest of the page pretty plain. Here I'm using the Pigma Micron to just make these lines next to the numbers of the dates, so the calendar is at the top and then there's a bulleted list to write the events of the month. The next spread is going to be probably the most used thing I've ever done, and I should have done this last year, but it is a layout page. So I numbered across the top how many boxes there are, and then I divided it by half pages and then by thirds from top to bottom. And I'll be working on this throughout the planning process this year, but so far this has helped a lot to figure out where boxes need to go. This next layout is the books I read spread. I did this last year and absolutely loved it. It's something that doesn't look like much when you start, but it really is impressive at the end of the year when you get to write down all the books that you have read over the year. On the top, I'm just using a simple font, and I'm taking a Fudanesque pen and just faking some calligraphy. It makes it a whole lot easier to commit to the calligraphy on the page without fearing that you'll mess up. To the right of the books page is going to be movies that I watched. I just put up a big screen like you'd see at a cinema, and the names of the movies that I watch over the year will go in the spaces where there's the seats. This next page is a stress tracker. I just put a thunderbolt and a rain cloud so that I can just write down things that are stressful and put bullets underneath them of how I can take baby steps to make this situation not stressful anymore. I used the same spread in my monthlies of last year, but I decided it would be better on a yearly page. This next spread is the information section, and I use this almost every single day this last year. So I just write down things like company names, contact information, user ID, and password. It is so useful when you need to look things up for work, or if you just have a lot of things that you do and can't keep track of all the passwords. The health tracker is next. I am simplifying from what I did last year, so it is on the left the weight and measurement sizes, and then across the top I'm doing the months and the Saturdays of each month to take down data points. And so then I can align this up all in one chart to whatever's on the left and have a different color for each thing that I'm tracking. The next page is another health-related tracker. I'm doing 350 miles until March 14th. I did start these miles back in November, but it's something that I thought would be fun to color in as I make it to March 14th, which is just the day of my wedding, but I wanted to try to get some running in this year. On the next page, I'm continuing that with 580 miles till December 31st, and we'll see how far I get, because running's challenging, but it's a pretty good goal to start. Overall, this was a quite easy spread to do and is easily changeable to whatever goal that you're looking forward to. And finally, here is the full layout for 2020.